Shit, talk a black. As they say when they talk about mind control, I get cut off. You see, even my phone cut off on me. But is here, and I'm talking about high blood pressure, dealing with the melanated man. I want to do research on that, and this book did say something about computers, cell phones. Your melanated technology can raise your blood pressure, and I noticed that 2007, and when I got back on the machine, and I've been on it almost ever since. That's when the pink man was telling me I had high blood pressure, but I don't. I seem to have a form of melanin deficiency. However, my melanin still is combating a lot of diseases that you can get from melanin deficiency. Also, too, a lot of things that are going on now that we can get melanin deficiency from is, like directed energy. They're really messing us up with that. And more so, they're messing us up with nanoparticles. Nanoparticles is something you may not see, but it deals with everyone differently, because of our DNA. We all have different DNA. And we breathe in these nanoparticles. We breathe them in. It's in our food. It's on our clothes. When we go outside, we bring it in under our shoes, and it gets around, and it can actually harm our bodies. And this is one reason why I have a cough I cannot get rid of. I was also listening to someone else on YouTube, and they have that cough too, but I'm sure they don't know what it is about, because they don't actually get into, like directed energy and nanobots, nanoparticles. They don't get into being chipped and stuff. And if they do, I haven't heard a video on it yet from this person, but I know this person does have this cough. The reason they're bringing the cough about, now my son has it, but me and my son, we also live in a cave, and my son say he only coughs like that when he's in a closed space, but he doesn't cough like that when he goes to work. He doesn't cough like that when he's outside. And that was like that for me at first too. When I went outside, I did not cough, but no, I'll just cough a little bit when I go outside. Sometimes I may not, but today it has really been a problem. So I want to get back to talking about melanin and high blood pressure. Also know that your computer and your cell phone could be causing you to have what the doctors will tell you is high blood pressure, but it's actually a melanin deficiency. Now, it says health standards. Medical laboratory normal values, daily recommended allowances of vitamins and minerals, therapeutic dosage of herbs and drugs, baby formulas, disease reactions, human growth and development schedules, brain activity, and psychology are all based upon the melanin content of Caucasians. You see, I heard a video today too where the melanated brother was telling the pink man that even science is white supremacy. It actually is. But you see in this word Caucasian, you see USA and CIA. Yeah, because they like to hide themselves in their language. This is their language, even in drugs, United States. But no one should get the baby formulas. Once I'm just so glad, and I think I'm very, very blessed. Well, I don't think I know I'm very, very blessed to have Frankie J and Jenkins as my creators. You know, they did get together and create me. And I'm glad to have Yahweh Ben Yahweh to have come into my life to teach me how to use my brain cells. Melanin also has a lot to do with your brain, how you think and things like that. This is why the pink man has developed directed energy and his frequencies to really mess up the melanated man, and we're so messed up. It's ridiculous how messed up we are. The laboratory and scientific norm values have to be different for each race because each race is biochemically different. The laboratory standard tests black people. The laboratory standards test black people as if they are pink people. Then declare the melanated man sick because, you see, USA, and because melanated do not meet white standards. This is medical pink racism. See, it appears that science, everything is based on what the white man says, or the pink man. You know, I've been reading this book and she writes white man. What the pink man says is okay. You know, if the pink man okays it, even in science, you know, if the pink man okays it, then that's real. You know, that's fact. But it's a lot of science to me is not fact. You know, a lot of science to me is just a pink man, you know, wanting to have everyone to think like him. You know, it talks about, in this book also, it talks about European, you know, the melanated man having the European mindset and how that also hurts our melanin. So, I mean, I can go on and on in this book. And I do want to maybe go a little further. Now, this is an area where she has a, you know, she just says the difference between this and that, you know, everything. The lips, the voice, the ears, the nerves, the eyes, everything. But here she has alcohol. You know, I didn't actually know we had alcohol in our bodies. However, in researching who I am, and I find, you know, like different tribes that I belong to, you know, like in this life, that life, there was one where we didn't drink alcohol. So maybe this is the reason why. Because our alcohol level, see, is going to go from us to the pink man. Our alcohol level is higher amount naturally made by body, and it helps to cool the body. Ammonia, didn't know I had that in my system either. Lowest amount naturally made by your body. The pink man has the lowest amount of alcohol. This is why alcohol is made for him. And when I go back and when I traveled and went back into my past life and found that we did not drink alcohol, it was told to me that alcohol was made for the non-melanated ones because they mildew. You know, a lot of other things were told to me about the mildew stuff, but that is why they actually need to drink the alcohol, but not the melanated man. In the tribe I was from, it was told to me also that alcohol drove those in our tribe who drank it, it drove them mad. Maybe because they had too much alcohol in the body, because our body produces it by itself. Even today, I see melanated ones who drink alcohol. I can see some, I mean, they may take in a little wine or something, they remain calm. But I see a lot of melanated ones who drink alcohol, and all of a sudden they get very violent. You know, they can become very violent. But they will apologize for it, but they still become very violent. So The pink man, when it comes to ammonia, maybe that's why he smells when he gets wet. He smells like a dog. It says they have the highest amount of ammonia. It makes them slightly warm when in cold temperatures and problems in hot temperatures, and sun can cause cancer. But now today, it's funny, there's USA and cancer together. Well, but it's, today the melanated ones can get cancer also, because they're using directed energy on us. And they do a chemical makeup of us. They have a file of our chemical makeup. How do they do this? More so maybe when you're born and they take your blood, so they say they're taking our blood. Or maybe, when you have to go to the doctor, they want to take your blood. It can possibly be done by all kind of means, because the pink man knows ways to do all kind of shit. So they have that, a chemical makeup on us. They have a mental makeup on us. They have a psych makeup on us. They have a file with our DNA. They have DNA makeup, I guess, on us also. So now we can catch cancer. However, you can research this, because I did. If you take Arm & Hammer baking soda, one teaspoon to 8 ounce glasses of water, and only take it once a day, this can halt the cancer. Somehow the melanin in our bodies it reacts to the baking soda to halt the cancer, or to kill the cancer if they try to put it there. And if anyone else has this cough, I researched it. There are babies who have this cough, but the doctors will tell the parents, and these are any nation of babies. See, when it comes to the pink man, it's really not a black and white issue. I mean, it is, but it's really not, because they harm their own. They harm their own way worse than they harm us. They really do. But so this can happen to any nation. Their babies will have this cough, and the doctor will say they either have bronchitis or they have asthma, but they don't. And the doctor will give the parent medication to give the baby, and they will give it to the baby. If you give these medications, I don't know about a non-melanated baby, but if you give these medications to a melanated baby, you can really fuck up the melanin. And with all the frequencies the pink man is using on us also, and along with the medication that you are giving your child, you can really fuck up his melanin. And melanin helps us to fight all type of things that they're putting on us. Also in this book, it says that, if we eat this type of food or that type of food, our melanin would, be at its highest. However, there's no good water anymore. There's no good food anymore. None of our food is even real, So I went past that part, and I know that once I started eating junk food and drinking sodas and smoking this, that, and another, I noticed my mind is soared. I was able to learn so much. It could be that, or it could be this. I wanted to learn. So I study every day. I learn something every day. And now I have organic ginger root boiling on the stove. Someone told me that it would be good for this cough I have, because it's good to clean out your mouth, your throat, stuff like that. So I'm going to use that. I'm always experimenting on myself, so I'm going to go for that. So I'm gonna have to turn this off in a minute so I can go and get it off the stove. Also, for high blood pressure, if you get a purple onion, and maybe a gallon of water. Put the water in the pot. You put the water in the pot. You let the onion just boil until it's nothing. You know, you take the skin off. You could put the onion in the whole, or maybe just cut it in half. I'm going to put it in the whole. And then you drink a cup of it every 2 hours. And within 8 hours, your blood pressure will go down. I don't know how true this is. I was just told to do this, and it would help. And I do take information from those that I know, you know. So I'm going to try that one. And okay, I'm going to read this, and I guess I'm going to leave it here. Melanin is studied in chemistry, which is the study of chem, you know, like chemit. Because, you know, they say chemit is, you know, black. But actually, when you really research melanin, you will find the word black. Black melanin particles called protons, electrons, neutrons, and solatrons. However, the word melanin is never mentioned in European Greek chemistry. Melanin is studied in biology because the purplish melanated brain of the cell called the nucleus is studied. However, the word melanin is never mentioned. Melanin is the chemical key to life and the brain's nucleus of all cells. In order for melanin to be transported to the brain, it must be in a liquid form. Now, there's a pink woman on YouTube, and she talks about our brain cells being like 77% liquid, and our bodies being so much liquid, you know, like water. This is why they disturb the water, so that they can kill our brain cells. You see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and feel life with your brain, melanin. Therefore, what I see, ears, hear, tongues, taste, and nose, smells, these sensations are converted into a liquid in order to get to the brain, because the brain is more water than tissue. The chemical of conversion of charge is melanin. It allows you to be in contact with your inner body and allows your body to be in contact with life itself. And this is how I travel through my pineal gland. This also goes into your pineal gland and pituitary gland and stuff like that. The black race has the highest amount of melanin and has the highest content with inner life, the emotions, spiritual, subconscious, sublime, and extrasensory life. See, so this is why, you know, we are in the predicament we're in today. This is why we fight against each other. This is why families break up. This is why we don't like each other. This is why we have a Neanderthal mindset, to want to marry a Neanderthal and to want to be a Neanderthal, because the chemical of conversion or change is melanin, and it is also the brain, in our brains. And they really want to mess up our pineal gland so we won't know who we are. Maybe 20 years from now, you know, because they're really using directed energy on us. And you know, the chemtrails and the GMOs, you know, these things are really harming us. So maybe about 20 years, our babies, they will be born gay or retarded or dwarfed in some form of a way, and we will be robotic, because this is what the pink man wants to bring about, not just for us, but even for his own. but I am concerned with the melanated ones. So if you come across this video and you listen to it and you get to this part, please begin to study the technology of mind control and take it into account and teach your children and your grandbabies and learn ways to combat what they are doing. But if we can get it out there that like pink people, they get it out every day. So if we can start talking about more so of them destroying the melanated man with directed energy and chemtrails and GMOs and the poisoning of the water and silent weapons for quiet wars, and all this type of shit. If we can focus more on that, then we will see and know why we go against each other, and one does not like this one, and then this one doesn't like that one, and we can also learn how to stop it. So I'm going to go and see about this organic ginger root tea. Shitaka out.